Good evening, everybody. Good evening. My name is Brucker. I am the music teacher here at Harper Jr High. I teach the bands and orchestras, and it is my deep pleasure for really the first time, I think, in Davis history that our first elementary band concert of the year is actually here at one of the junior highs. For a long time, of course, we've been at Brunel, which was the original plan. And as a quick little note, one of the junior highs had their 6th graders going to, I think it was Sly Parker Walker Creek on that week, and that had to get moved. And then I unfortunately had a health emergency and was out for several weeks, and so we had to move it back a little further. So we really appreciate your flexibility in supporting the kids being here and just kind of being patient as we put this back together. And well, very proud to welcome you here to Harper Junior High, where we're able to get everybody fit on our wonderful little stage. So this is an absolute treat to do this here, and I'm really proud to have this happen. So we're going to get going here. I'm very excited to introduce our elementary band team, who's just done a phenomenal job with these kids. And having been in this district for 20 years, I really couldn't be prouder and more excited for what we're seeing, what they've been doing with these young musicians sitting behind me, and there's our continuers sitting over on the side here. We'll play in a bit. The junior high kids are backstage and we'll come out in a bit as well. But this has just been a really exciting set of rehearsals. And, I could keep going on about it, but they're going to start timing me and then giving me a hard time. So I'm really proud of what's going on in the elementaries with our bands. The teachers have just done an absolutely wonderful job. And, well, let's kind of get on with it then, just so I don't keep rambling at you all. So I'd like to introduce our elementary band team. And first, we have at Montgomery subbing for Ms. Bistolfo, who's out on maternity leave right now. And this is our 2nd sub for the year. For the first part of the year, we had the really, an energetic character, Mr. Sturgis, who is a retired band director. He's not able to be with us here tonight, but he sent his well wishes, and he just did a wonderful job with them. Taking over in January, right over here, is Miss Landeta, and we're very excited to welcome her to the team. Well, that we had a few holes to fill over in the overall elementary. We had a real special treat with this year. One of our newer teachers to the district, who's also our Holmes Junior High band director, is teaching over at Pioneer. And I'm very excited to welcome Mr. Coelho over to our elementary team. And finally, I'm really proud to introduce our one of our young, new, just incredible teachers, who's now in her 2nd year teaching and in the district here. And she's amazingly at 6 different schools this year in the district. And is putting in a lot of time and is doing an absolutely phenomenal job with them too. And so I'm very proud to also introduce Ms. Kraft right over here. So I'm going to step back and turn it over to them for the first part of the show. And who's coming up first? Okay, here we go. Here's Ms. Kraft. Anyways, enjoy. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, everybody. It's so great to see you all. Behind me, I have the mostly 5th grade beginning band comprised of 3 different elementary schools. We have a bunch of small, short songs that we're going to perform for you, many of which the tunes you'll probably recognize. To keep it moving along just a little bit, because each song is about maybe 20 seconds. If you could refrain from applauding between each and just wait till the very end to talk to those. And without further ado, I'm so excited to show to you what we've worked on with the 5th grade continuing band, or 5th grade beginning band, excuse me. 5th grade beginning band. It's so tight over here. Thank you for waiting. that way. Through that door. Give us a few minutes to set up.
I forgot that seriously. Yes, she was sitting on the side because that was
Thank you so much for your patience. In front of you are the continuers. So they played 1 year, now they're here. And actually I have a couple of people from Pioneer who are just beginners, but I challenged them to be able to play with the continuers. I'm really happy with them. My name is Luiz Coelho, and this is my first year here helping the elementary school. This is my second year in the district, but this is my 31st year of teaching music. These kids are amazing, and parents, you should be proud of the work they have done. It's not easy to play an instrument, and I hope that from after you see tonight, you're going to tell them, guys, practice every day, you're going to be even better. So we need to be more organized and get them to remember to practice a little bit. And they're going to play some challenge music today. The continuers are going to play 2 songs for you, and I hope you enjoy it. Bassoons, and they don't have here, but oboes in 7th grade, French horn, tuba. Get those instruments. They can go to UCD to do biology, but they'll get a scholarship to play in the band in the orchestra there. So I'm just telling you, those kids are amazing, and I'm really proud of them for playing the bassoon. It's not easy, and it's really, really cool. So, I know a lot of people here probably didn't know what the instrument was. You thought it was a bassoon. It's a bassoon! So, it's a double reed instrument. So, now we're going to play a little march for you. I hope you enjoy. I hope you feel like you're going to march a little bit with them. So, I hope you enjoy Eagle 7 March.
Well, good evening once again, everybody. We just listening from backstage. Like I said, I'm beyond impressed with what our elementary musicians are doing this year, and I just, with our elementary teaching team, they're clearly doing a phenomenal job. Like I said earlier, I've been doing this for a long time here in Davis. Been teaching music here for 20 years. My first year, incidentally, was when Harper opened, so go back for a few years. This is some of the best elementary sounds and music that I've heard in my time here, and so I couldn't be more proud of them. So some of our musicians kind of spread out, but let's give these elementary students and their teachers a huge applause. And one other note too, just in case you weren't able to get one walking in, because we ended up walking in over here, so doors are locked. We do have programs tonight. If you weren't able to get one on the way in, we do have them in back if you want to take one home or whatever. So please do take them. We want to thank one of our parents here at Harper and also at the high school, Ms. Karen Turney, who just has made some beautiful programs for us last year's and did another one as we're trying to step it up a little bit here for our elementary program too, all together with us. So we just want to, wherever she is, she's somewhere there. Big thank you to Karen for that. And as well, I want to offer a huge thank you to, as all of the elementary music teachers have been wonderful. We have a few extra special people here with us tonight. First of all, we have our booster club for many of the schools over here at Harper, Emerson Da Vinci, a lot of our elementary, and they do support as much as they can around the community. The Davis Schools Orchestral Music Association has been around since 2004, incidentally just like Harper and me, or whatever. And they've done really phenomenal work over 20 plus years now, supporting, fundraising, sustaining music across our community. And starting off as just purely a strings thing, they've now expanded to help with all the different areas of music at different levels. And we work with, we have shared board members with the high school band boosters, and we're really pretty proud of the efforts that they make to support music in this community, because even though we have wonderful community support and our district does pretty good with supporting this, it really is only because of all you as parents that we can really make these things work, and all the events we do and the trips that we do and all of that. So I'll talk a little bit more about junior high in a bit, but before I do, I want to introduce a couple more people. First of all, I'm very, very proud to introduce someone who's been now with us for 2 years. And before a couple years ago, this is thanks to Prop 28 passing, we were able to bring on a wonderful musician and coordinator, leader, someone who's just got a great heart and mind and has consistently gone above and beyond for everyone here as what we call our VAPA coordinator, or the Visual and Performing Arts, which is considered a section within the state educational concepts or whatever. But I'd like to introduce Amy Martinez, who's just been a rock star for all of us here. So thank you very much. And then finally, one more special guest. And I'm really, really excited about this because he's joined us here now for a couple concerts and, I could go on about all the great things I'm hearing and that I know is going on at the high school. We have a phenomenal new Davis High band director. He comes from Midwest band culture. He's got band in his blood. And it's been a wonderful thing watching what he's been able to do in taking our high school program and starting to move it to the next level with a new generation of educational thought and concept. And so joining us here tonight, and I'm just so proud, he's been coming sitting and playing trombone with us and did in the fall. I'm very excited to introduce Mr. Brad Sparks right over here. So all of these young musicians here, this is their future. We work hard to give them some great skills in elementary. We take it to the next level in junior high, which I'll talk about while we set the other group up. And then as we're building out of the pandemic still, we have a phenomenal new director over at the high school. And we're all very, very excited about that. So we're glad you could join us here tonight. And, all you elementary kids, that's where you want to end up, all right? That's what we want to go, okay? So, with no further ado, we've got a couple tunes here for you. This is the Harper Intermediate Band, our 7th graders, and a few 8th and 9th graders helping fill in some holes because it's a little small group. All right, thank you so much. It's really amazing what can happen once we get to junior high. And all of a sudden, we go from a half an hour a week, and I mean, that's why it's really so particularly amazing what they're doing in the elementaries. It's a half an hour a week. And unless they're on Mondays, which is less than that, because, you know, we have a bunch of Mondays off, right? It's really amazing what they do. And then we get to junior high, and you have 7 periods, 2 electives, and we have 50 minutes a day together. And in the 7th grade, we really start by working on, you know, tone and dealing with some concepts of pitch and understanding how to create rhythm, start learning different scales and notes. And this particular group's already gone through 7 or 8 different scales. And they've just done a fantastic job on a daily basis developing into a cohesive sound and learning how to blend well, create that balance across the group, really learn how to listen. I mean, it's really pretty phenomenal what we can do. And this is all across town. It's, you know, it's all the same or whatever. But what we do to really develop that understanding of the fundamental concepts of working together, we move from kind of that individual kind of performance thing to, I think the 8th and 9th graders. 8th and 9th graders, you guys coming? All right. Oh, here we go. We got the teacher coming up first. And then in 8th and 9th grade, we work a lot more on real development of pitch, and we're learning how to bend notes and develop a real beautiful tone and understand how to blend on a much higher level, and of course play much more advanced music. And in doing so, really take everything to the next level. And the bottom line is that, you know, that 50 minutes a day, it's all training to develop towards what we want to see at the high school, which is really this high-level pinnacle of performance. And so we're well on our way post-pandemic to rebuilding this, and I'm pretty excited about it. So, coming out right now is the Advanced Orchestra. I'm pretty proud of these guys. I've been doing band now officially at Harper for 3 years. And so these are officially all my kids after these 3 years that I've been working and training on a daily basis. And I couldn't be more proud of what they've been able to do as a smaller group. I mean, many concert bands you see in different areas, because there's less electives, end up with like massive programs of like a bazillion kids. We don't have a ton, but what we've done is take what we have as our instrumentation and develop an ability to take the music that's really this very complex depth of parts and make it sound like a 50, 60 piece band with just 23 of us. And so I'm really excited just as a couple of things to help sit in. One of our clarinet players ended up being out of town, so we're very excited to welcome Mr. Coelho over here and subbing on the clarinet for us. And in the back we have, of course, Mr. Sparks sitting in again on trombone helping us out. So much appreciation to them. Here's our band speaker. Anyways, thank you so much, everybody. We're really, really proud of these guys. They worked tremendously hard. So, Gustav Holst, an orchestral composer, very well known. And if you're familiar with orchestral music, the most probably popular thing that he wrote is called The Planets. And it's a phenomenal orchestral piece of music. These are pieces he wrote specifically for concert band. There's a couple different suites he wrote. So that was the first one, a couple movements of it. These guys have been working really wonderfully to make it sound quite nice. So thank you so much. All right, hold on. Before we get there, we need 7th graders. 7th graders, you back there? Oh, there they are. Perfect. We generally have this planned out. So we're going to now put together our combined band. And every year, this is a real treat that we get to do this, where we get to welcome our next year's musicians to Harper, because you're all signed up, or to, some of them will go other places now, but you're all signed up for band, right? If you haven't, if you didn't, and you need to, come get one of us as teachers. We'll help make sure it happens, okay? This is always really exciting. We've been doing these kinds of side-by-sides for a lot of years in the strings world and in the band world. And I'm pretty excited to be able to get this actually on our stage here for the first time at Harper. We have 7th graders in? Okay, tight. Let's bring up the 6th graders. Hey, thanks, guys. So, as a little thing, one of the things we've been talking about, and give you a little preview of what we're thinking about for next year. So those of you that are 6th grade families, of course, will be in the junior highs. And like I said, they're all signed up for band, right? And so, if you have any questions, let us know, of course. But next year, for 5th grade families, we are going to be doing a little adjustment to our side-by-side concept. And right now, we've done it kind of in conjunction with the first band concert of the year. And it does get a little long for the young ones, and we're actually pounding through it pretty quick. I can't believe it's only 7:45. It's pretty good. But what we're going to be looking at potentially next year, and we're starting to kind of formulate how to do this, is we're going to have the first band concert of the year for the elementary be at Brunel, and just for them. And we will be enacting a new workshop and side-by-side for the bands that really is based off the model we've been using in strings for a long time. And what that is on a Wednesday after school, and we have everybody come out who's continuing, and we spend the afternoon working with the 8th and 9th graders. The 8th and 9th grade band kids will basically work directly with them, working in little sections and then like little one-on-one lessons on the side-by-side music. We'll do a combined rehearsal together, and we'll have a concert that will also include, because we've been trying to find timing to put the gigs in, the all-city band, which we really want to promote, because it's the first great kind of real concert band experience that we can offer them as a regular thing. And even with doing this in their schools, it just takes it to that next level. So we'll be able to have them, 7th graders, 8th, 9th graders, and then combined. And we'll be enacting this, as we've been talking about, at every junior high next year on different dates, which will separate from the very first band concert of the year for the elementary. So we're looking to kind of make some expansions to our program as we continue to rebuild and look towards the future of what is going to be a phenomenal Davis band program as we're working to rebuild it. So, wow. They all did the thing back there. It's pretty good. So, with great thanks to our teachers for the help, which they're around here somewhere, I am very, very excited to introduce and be, in front of and get to work with this wonderful combined group of musicians. Our 6th, there's a couple of 5th graders in there who've been playing for longer than a year, but for the most part, 6th graders and all of our 7th, 8th, and 9th graders at Harper. This is our side-by-side band. We've got one fun selection for you guys to finish off the evening, and thought we'd get a little piratey. Just telling them bad jokes and they're like happy. in any case, we want to thank you so much for being here and joining us on, the first concert for so many of these young musicians. They did an absolutely phenomenal job, these 5th graders. 6th graders, phenomenal work. And, Harper gets pretty good, gets you trained. It's a really, really wonderful thing to see this all come together. It's wonderful to see this room full of parents and supporters and family members. And like I said earlier, we can't run these programs without your support. And however that support comes, there's many ways to be supportive of these kids, and really even the simplest and most obvious way is helping encourage them to keep practicing and keep working on it, and that it's okay if it ain't perfect at first. You just keep chipping away. It's built, chipping away at an ice sculpture. It ain't gonna look like that beautiful swan for a little while, But you keep chipping away, and you trust that that little work goes towards that longer distance. And if you add a little bit of fun, you have a little bit of enjoyment, and continue to kind of understand the patience of the process and that it's okay, you just keep working at it and chipping away, what you end up with is incredible musicianship. And that is our big goal here in the district. So I think that's just about it. So just in case you didn't get a program, there's a few back there. And also, every time I do these concerts, I record on my personal camera, kind of a widescreen. I'll put this up online, make sure everybody gets a link so you can see the whole thing. And I do that just as a widescreen so that we can protect privacy and all that with faces, But I'll put that up online for you guys to get it sent to you. I guess that's it. I just want to thank all you all. Thank you to the teachers. So let's give a big thank you to all our elementary teachers, Mrs. Fox from the high school. They've done a wonderful job. Thank you to Ms. Martinez, who's just such an incredible support of us. To our booster club, Isoma, for their work. Ms. Luiz, who's our principal, was here a little bit earlier, but she also had to attend the basketball game earlier, so she headed out for the evening, But we have really a wonderfully supportive set of administrators across this district for our music programs. Can't thank them enough. Our school board is very, very supportive of what we do. And so, thank you all for being here tonight, and I think that's a wrap. Thank you, everybody. Congratulations. Great job, kids. Oh, one more thing. We do have to put stuff away, so if there's a few people who are willing to kind of hang back and help us get some chairs put away, it doesn't have to be a ton of people, but if there's 5 or 10 people willing to help, we'll get the racks out, we'll start stacking the chairs up. And if anyone can come up and help with getting the black chairs back in the music room and stand racks. Most of the ones are Harper ones. We just go back into the music room back there. That'd be a great help for us if you'd be willing to take a couple minutes. And again, thank you so much for coming out, and have a great rest of your evening, everybody. Thank you.